What up, YouTube? Steve from Team Purple Panda. Today we have a very amazing card to talk about. In a meta where there is no heavy storm, people are sitting 3 or 4 cards without fear of having their back rows wiped. This card not only shuts down their back row, but also locks it down so you can safely make that hung lay or make that black rows and wipe their board and punish them for overextending in their back row. And of course, I'm talking about Coldwave. Coldwave says that... Yeah?
You do realize that Coldwave has been banned, right?
Wait, Coldwave's been banned?
Yeah, since March 1st.
That's right, guys. I'm just kidding. Coldwave has been banned since March 1st. However, I am still making this video because I have found a substitution for Coldwave. Coldwave's hit means that Saber has been hit and Debris has been hit, because for Saber mainly, that Coldwave is one of their main win conditions. I have found substitutions for this, and it has much more synergy with Saber decks and Debris deck than Coldwave does. I've been testing this card out for the past week. My teammate who plays Saber, who main Saber, has been using this for the past 2 weeks, and it's just amazing results. And he tells me that this card is even more broken than Coldwave and has just amazing synergy with the main deck itself. And also it fits right perfectly in this meta. Of course, I'm talking about... Bam! Sasuke Samurai number 2. If you're playing Sabers, this is a card you need to get your hands on today. This is amazing in the deck. So what does it do? Sasuke Samurai number 2, 1 star warrior, and says once per turn, you can, during your main phase, you can pay 800 life points. If you do this until end phase, spell and trap cards cannot be activated. Wait, what? Yeah, it is basically a mini Coldwave in the monster effect. How freaking amazing is that? So I actually made a small list of some pros and cons I have for this card. I only found 3 cons. First con is a monster, so it's vulnerable to Vader. Second one's 800 life cost, which is not too bad. And finally, if you drew, you have to summon it. So that's the only 3 things. But the pros, like the good stuff, goes on and on and on. And I only selected a few very big ones to talk about. First, if you're playing Sabers, you need to get your hand on this card. It's simply amazing. If you've played Debris, get your hand on this card. It's simply amazing. So let's go into why this card's amazing. First, Sasuke Samurai number 2 is what is it here? Is an ignition effect. So that means you can activate it anytime. I actually don't have one right now. My teammates are borrowing all my Sasuke Samurais, so I'm going to be proxying it with Michelangelo here. So basically, you have Sasuke Samurai on your field. You can then use all your spell cards. You can use your Rhoda, you can use your smoke signals, you can use all of that. And once you're done, then you activate Sasuke Samurai's effect to lock down your opponent. Then from then on, you go crazy. So it's a very broken thing. The second thing is that this card, unlike Coldwave where you just play it and it's gone, this card is reusable. So if you manage to Monster Reborn this, if you manage to Call of the Hunted this, you can use it again and lock down your opponent's back row again to hurt their feeling even more. If you're playing, say, Debris, it's even more busted because you can main this very cool card right here, Limit Reverse. Some people do this already, and basically what this allows you to do is call a hunted monster from your grave that's 100 attack or less. So basically it's a Call of the Hunted that you can use for your Dandy. And it's really, really good because you can not only sift summon Dandy and then you can use this effect to go crazy. You can actually use and you actually combo that with Sasuke Samurai number 2. So basically you go Limit Reverse, get out the Sasuke Samurai number 2, activate the effect to lock down your opponent's back row, then you summon your Debris, special summon your Dandelion, then you have Debris, Dandy, and number 2, so basically it's like, 8 star. You synchro with the Sasuke Samurai to make like a Scrap Dragon, and you pop one of the tokens and pop one of their back row, so you can synchro for a starter or whatever you want, because their back rows are not going anywhere because of Sasuke Amazing number 2. So that's the second combo that I think is really busted in Debris, and I've been using the combo in Debris for the past few days and it's just been wrecking. Another great thing about this card is that you are able to set cards. So unlike Coldwave, where if you play it, you cannot set any back rows. Sasuke Samurai number 2 allows you to play it to lock down your opponent's back row, but you yourself can still set up back rows to protect yourself next turn. So it's a very, very good thing. It's very useful because if you play Sabers and you swarm and you couldn't make a Stardust, and your opponent just next turn make like a black rose and wipe your field, that really hurts. With Sasuke number 2, you can set the back row and defend yourself, so it is again very, very broken. However, I think the most amazing thing is that Sasuke Samurai number 2, unlike Coldwave, is highly searchable, especially with Saber, especially with Debris, but mainly Saber. This card makes Saber just tier like 1, almost tiers 1.0, because it's so good. It's just so amazing. So let's go through some ways to search it out. First way, of course, you can roll up for it. I don't really recommend it, but if you really want to, you can. You can just roll up for it. You can roll up for your Coldwave, and you can just summon it, activate effect, shut down your opponent's back row, and it's one of the many options you have because it is a warrior. The second way you can search for it is using one of my favorite cards, and that is, of course, Reinforced Truth. Reinforced Truth is good in 2 decks. It's good in 6 Sam because you can search out your Kagemusha. It's also busted in Saber because you can search out your Pashul. So in Saber decks and Sam decks, I definitely suggest maining one of these. But it's really busted, especially in Sabers, because you can Reinforce Truth to get out your Sasuke Samurai, activate the effect to shut down your opponent's back row, then you go Bogarts, and go for the crazies. So it's really, really good. Basically, it turns your Reinforced Truth into Coldwave if you run the Sasuke Samurai number 2. So again, highly searchable through Reinforced Truth. Another way to search it out with Saber and Debris deck is 1-for-1. Debris main 1-for-1, and if you play Rakigura in Saber, she's also have one of these. Basically, what this thing allows you to do is you play it, you dump something, you special summon Sasuke Samurai number 2 onto your field in defense mode, then you activate the effect to negate all spell and trap cards, and then you can summon your Debris or whatever and go crazy. If you play Saber, same thing. You go 1-for-1, get this thing out, negate everything, go crazy. So again, very, very, very searchable. I actually tag one of these Sasuke Samurai in my 6 Sam deck. Because I can bring out Reinforced Truth, I can synchro with it, and not only that, it opens up a lot of OTK options against GBs because it completely shuts down the back row, or I force them to waste a cherry on it. So again, definitely get your hands on these cards, the Sasuke Samurai number 2. It is basically the next Coldwave, super busted. Go test it out, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching, guys.